The bustling city of Enugu, there stood a prestigious modern school named Nkwa Academy, known for its rigorous curriculum and top-tier students. Among these students was a young girl named Oloku, a brilliant but reserved teenager who had recently transferred from a remote village school. Her arrival was met with curiosity, as she seemed to carry an air of mystery around her. Oloku was unlike any other student at Nkwa Academy. Her academic prowess was unmatched, but she kept to herself, rarely engaging with others outside of class. Her beauty was captivating, with deep brown eyes that seemed to hold untold secrets, and her presence was so intense that it often left those around her feeling unsettled. The school had a long history, and one of its most peculiar features was the large, ornate mirror that hung in the corridor leading to the library. The mirror was said to be as old as the school itself, dating back to when the building was a colonial mansion. The students had long whispered about the mirror, claiming it had a life of its own and that anyone who stared into it for too long would see more than just their reflection. Oloku seemed particularly drawn to this mirror. Every day after school, she would stand before it, staring into its depths with a look of intense concentration. Her classmates, especially a boy named Chima and a girl named Amoka, began to notice her unusual behavior. Chima, who had always been curious about the supernatural, decided to investigate. One evening, Chima and Amoka stayed behind after school, hiding in the shadows to observe Oloku. As expected, she approached the mirror, her eyes locking onto her reflection. But something was different this time. The surface of the mirror began to ripple, as though it were made of water. Chima and Amoka watched in horror as Oloku's reflection in the mirror started to move independently, smiling wickedly as it reached out and touched the glass. Suddenly, the reflection began to speak, its voice a twisted echo of Oloku's own. "You cannot hide from me," it hissed. "I am the darkness you fear, the secrets you keep. I am you, and I will consume you." Oloku recoiled in fear, but the reflection's land passed through the glass, grabbing her wrist with a grip like ice. Chima and Amoka rushed forward, but they were too late. In an instant, Oloku was pulled into the mirror, her body disappearing as the glass solidified once more. Panic set in as Chima and Amoka stared at the mirror, which now reflected only their terrified faces. They knew they had to act quickly, but fear held them back. Just as they were about to run for help, the mirror rippled again, and Oloku stepped out, but something was wrong. Her eyes were cold, and her smile was sinister. It wasn't Oloku who had returned from the mirror, it was something else, something dark and malevolent that had taken her place. The creature masquerading as Oloku began to terrorize the school, manipulating students and teachers alike with its supernatural powers. Chima and Amoka, knowing they were the only ones who had witnessed the transformation, took it upon themselves to save their friend and stop the entity before it could wreak more havoc. They sought out an old village elder named Nwankwo, who was said to know about ancient Igbo rituals and the mysteries of the spirit world. Nwankwo listened carefully to their story and nodded gravely. "The mirror is a portal," he explained, "a gateway between our world and the spirit world. What you saw was not enough." In a final desperate move, Chima and Amoka held hands and stepped into the mirror, determined to rescue Oloku from the spirit's grasp. Inside, they found themselves in a twisted version of the school, where the corridors were endless and the shadows whispered their darkest fears. But their bond was strong, and together they confronted the Chi Oju in its true form, a hideous, twisted version of Oloku, with eyes black as night and a mouth full of sharp teeth. They fought the spirit with all their strength, invoking the love and light they held for their friend. Finally, the spirit was defeated, its power broken as Oloku was freed from its grasp. The mirror shattered, and the three friends found themselves back in the real world, bruised but alive. The school returned to normal, but the experience left them changed, their bond stronger than ever. Oloku, now fully herself again, thanked Chima and Amoka for their bravery. But the mirrors remained still held a faint, ominous glow, reminding them that the spirit world was never far away. And as they walked away, they couldn't shake the feeling that the darkness they had faced might one day return.